Hello, how are you? This is Els Company from Bemis Crafty Corner, and today we're going to talk about this. I'm going to do a project inspired by this, and this actually comes from a lady. Her channel's Wendy's Journal Adventure, and she made these on her channel a while ago, and she made them out of envelopes. Now, she calls it a pocket tag. I think of it more like a pocket bookmark, but you know, it is something that you can make, and you can make it very basic and be able to you know, put a bunch of these kind of in your stash and be able to break them out and decorate them more specifically when the time comes. But she made them out of an envelope, a legal size envelope, and by folding it in half, this is the other half, you can see it's, you know, it's an envelope, and then trimming it down and wrapping it in paper. So we're going to make something based on this, inspired by it. We're going to be doing that today, so hold on, I'll be right back with some supplies and we'll get started. Okay, so what are we going to need to complete this? Ink, glue, trimmer, scissors, envelopes, something to make tags, and then paper to cover it all with. Okay? So we're going to start with prepping the envelopes. So I'm going to get all this out of the way. Let me move that. And we're going to start with prepping these envelopes. So to prep the envelopes, what we need to do is seal them. And we're going to seal them all the way. Even though we're going to cut the ends off of them to do this, we still want to seal it all the way. Okay? So we're going to do this with all of our envelopes. Get them all sealed. And then once we have them all sealed, then we can start, you know, cutting them down. Okay? That's two. And then this one is the policy envelope. And like I said, I'm probably going to end up cutting this part off, but we're going to seal it anyway. Okay? Just because it's part of the process. Alright. Now, once I have these sealed, we're going to go ahead and start cutting. So, let me move some stuff out the way here. Alright. So this little white envelope is 6.5 by 4 3/4. So if we're going to cut this in half, it's going to be at 2 3/8. Okay. Perfect. All right, and now we're going to do this one. And this blue one is it looks like it's a 6 by 9, but it's not. See, there's a 6 by 9 right there. This one is actually 5 3/4 by, no, it's 5 3/4 by 8.5. So we're going to put this one in, and we're going to be cutting this one, and this one is 5 3/4. Oh, 5 3/4, and we want to cut it in half. What is half of 5 3/4? Does anybody know? I know an easy way to find out. Put your two corners together, give yourself a little crease. Put that in. Put your cutter right on your crease, and you'll find that half of that is 2 7/8. Ha ha. 2 7/8. All right, and then this one. this one actually doesn't fit in my cutter very well, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this on the end first. And I'm going to cut, this is 9, so I'm going to cut, let's see, average journal is like 8 inches. You know, the average journal page. So I'm going to cut this down to 7.5, so I'm going to cut 1.5 inches off of this. See, we took that whole flap off anyway. Save that. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut this one in half. And this one is 6 by 9, so it is going to get the 3-inch cut. All right, there we go. So now I have all my envelope pieces, and I now want to put tags in them. And I want the tags, you can see here on the original, the tag actually sits in there. It's a hidden tag, so it sits in. So I want my tag to be about 1/8 of an inch or so less than the height of the envelope. So this one is now at 7.5. So I'm going to cut 7.25 by the full width, the 3 inches. Now this one is just about 8 3/4, give or take. 8.5, a little bit more than 8.5, 8 5/8 actually. So we're going to take off I'm going to take off 1 5/8. That should make that 7 inches, and it is. So we'll take 1 5/8 off of this one as well. Okay. And then this little one, we're just gonna, barely take anything off the end of it because it's, it's already a small one. So let's measure just to make sure. So it is 8.5. So let's do 1/4 of an inch. We'll take about 1/4 of an inch off. We're at about 1/4 of an inch. Okay. So now this one is about 6 1/4. All right. Now I'm going to cover these, so I don't care. I'm going to go ahead and write on it if I can find my pencil. Here it is. All right. So this one. Stop. I'm being attacked by my own desk. All right. So this one is 6 1/4 by, we'll say 2 1/4. Okay, so that's these. This one is 7 by 2 3/4. That's these. And then this one was our policy envelope, and it is now at 7.5 by 3. Okay. So we want to cut tags that are about 1/4 of an inch less than that measurement, okay? That length. So we're going to cut these at 7 1/4. We are going to cut these the tags for these blue ones at 6 3/4, and this one we're going to cut at 6 inches. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and cut some tags, and I'll be right back. All right. So we've cut some tags. Let's bring in our paper, and let's work from small to large, shall we? Alright, so the way that this is originally done was that these were designed to be, stuck onto a page in a journal. So the back doesn't really need to be covered. So we've got this one here that's got, you know, little white strips still. And so we're going to use it, you know. We're going to be doing some of that brilliant measuring. We're just going to put some lines on here and then cut it down to length, because it just makes my life easier. Alright. Get that out of the way. I'll bring this back in. We're not going to seal this, okay? We're not sealing the end here because the paper's going to close it up. So, we're going to put some glue on the front. And then we're going to put this down on the paper in about the middle. And then I'm going to use my board to fold this over. And I'm going to glue the flaps down. We're going to do the same thing over here. Just making sure that we actually glue the edge down. And a little bit of glue in the middle. And then again, we're just going to push that down. Then we're going to find this part, which is our top. And we're going to punch a hole. I mean, not hole, but you know. One of those finger things. Doop. And then I'm going to take some of the leftover paper and I'm going to cut myself a tab. And then we're going to ink. And put our tab on and all that good stuff, okay? So, this is the tag for this one. And I like to round corners on tags. At least bottom corners. I don't care too much, you know, about rounding the top ones. It's not that important to me. We'll do it. But I do like to at least round the bottoms. Just makes it easier when it's gliding in and out, that it doesn't catch anything on the corner. So we'll give this a coat of ink, just a little bit. Throw it at ourselves. You know, you can do front and back if you want to. We're going to ink the little tab. We are going to put on here. And we're going to ink the envelope. Alright, and then we're going to affix our tab onto our tag. Come on. I know there's glue in there, I just filled you. We're going to put this on center. And this slides in there. Just like that. Okay? So I'm going to do the rest of these real quick, and I'll be right back to show you, you know, what they all look like when they're done. I'll be right back. Okay, so here's the original that I did following the directions. And, you know, like I said, for me, as far as tags, this is more of a, I think of this more like as a bookmark. And then these are the ones that we did. This is the small one that you saw me do on camera. And you can see it's open in the back here so that you can, you know, glue it down. It doesn't matter what it looks like. And then these are the other two. Again, it's just a simple tag that's recessed in there with a pull tab on it. And this one I coated all the way in the back. And then this one, same thing, just a little tab, hides in there, and it's completely closed in the back. So that's them, you know. And then, you know, if you think about it, if you make a bunch of these and you just kind of stack them up, this could be used in any travel journal. It could be used in any vintage journal. These two could be used in any like spring journal or Victorian type journal. And this, of course, could be used in a spring journal or like a fun journal, a kid's journal. It could be used in anything, really. But, you know, it's just in how you decorate them. So that's it. That's my take on a video that was sent to me. And somebody asked me for an opinion. So that's my take on the project. If you're new here and you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that button for me and subscribe. Like me, ring my bell, share me with all your friends, and then your friends can be my friends, and my friends can be your friends, and our friends can get to be friends. And before you know it, we have a giant crafting community. I go live on Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 11, 12, 1 across the country, 8 o'clock over in Hawaii. And I post videos on Mondays and Wednesdays. I have two things going on in 2022, the first of which is my hashtag 12 of 22 journal challenge. If you'd like information, just go down to the description box below, and there's a link there that you can follow over to this really cool little slideshow that'll tell you everything you need to know about it. And I am also doing free classes in 2022. They are basic beginners classes in multiple techniques, all centered around journal making. So if you are interested in that, the fastest way to get information is to make sure that you ring that bell and check all, so that you get notifications when those video classes are coming out. And on the day that the class releases, I go live that afternoon to talk about anything that was in the video that may need to be clarified or you're having trouble with. And of course, if you go back and you watch previous ones and you have a question, just put it in the description box and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Till the next time, stay well. Bye-bye.